To battle, packmates! And welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command. I'm Boss Bossman. I am Rear Admiral Tarek of the Dreadnought Scimitar, as we continue our campaign against the Hydran Star Kingdom. And last time, we found the Hydran homeworld. We think. It's 11-1, and the reason why we think it's that is because it started with an Empire defense of 100 and an economy of 100, and that generally tells us it's the homeworld. So with that in mind, let's just quickly check on through our supplies, make sure that we're fully kitted out for a massive invasion, and let us invade. Popping over here immediately to jump on top of the tile. Let's see what we have. Yep, there it is, like clockwork. A homeworld assault available for you and for me. And now let's see exactly what it is we're about to run into. Red alert and increase speed up to our cruising of, well, 9. Which is not amazing, but it's something to work with. And right now we're being escorted today by... oh no, wrong button. This one, the Thundercat, which appears to be a relatively small frigate actually, as well as the Pestilence, which is a dreadnought. What kind of dreadnought were you? You are a DNHE, so he is a heavy dreadnought, ready to bring all the pain. 6 ESGs, no less than 6 disruptors, as well as just a massive amount of phaser X's. That is pretty impressive. And swearing off against us is a single heavy cruiser. I assume there will be one more over here, maybe one more over here, but generally this is the one that doesn't show up first, as well as a PLPH, which I saw in the corner of my eye. Yeah, PLPH 1, hopefully you are not the super bad one, because that would be, as you may imagine. Yep, there he is. We have a second heavy cruiser. Much smaller design, at least according to that one. So what do you have on the way on through? Let me know. Come on, the probe had to... Yep. Okay, only 4 Hellbores. That's really light. That's not much of a problem at all. Just double checking with the planet to make sure that we're not running into the massive planet of death, destruction, and doom, which does exist. We've seen it a couple of times, and it's terrifying. No, it's not. It's just a normal planet. So it's just going to be 2 heavy cruisers against, well, 2 dreadnoughts and a military police ship. Interesting choice. If that's all you're going to defend your planet with, I suppose we will have to oblige by destroying you in relatively short order. So, of course, they will be launching fighters. Fighters are, of course, very difficult for us to deal with. Not impossible, not stupidly hard, but, you know, it is a little bit of a problem. Something that we don't want to have to worry about too much, because fighters will rip us apart. But if we stick behind the Pestilence, we might be able to get something done. HDGX. What? Did I miss something? Are you not actually a heavy cruiser? DGX. That's got to be just part of their weird naming convention, although it is a capital X ship. Not capital in the front. When it's the X is the first letter, then it's absolutely amazing amounts of firepower. When it's the second, the last letter, then it means that it's a normal standard style built ship, but designed with special weapons technology. They just didn't go all out on the engines. Okay, so he doesn't have any sort of defenses like that anymore. And as he goes through, he's lost his forward shield. Are you going to turn in my direction? No. He's going to do the smart thing and turn away from me, because only coming towards me would be your biggest mistake. What you gonna do? I think we're in range for the Simala. Get that angle there. And fire all phasers. And fire all disruptors. Get a lot of damage in there. And the reason why we didn't fire everything is because we need to press 3 and 2. And, oh god, mine. This is gonna suck. Kick it on. The fighters aren't going for us. We may as well get something done. Just look at that. His Gatling phasers completely annihilated any sort of rear defense that we had. Our phasers were not set to overload, so that's a little bit of a problem. Not terrible, but a little bit. What happened to those fighters? I don't see them anymore. Wow, you are actually pretty scary on a close range basis. Really, guys? There was no reason to do that. You dropped a mine on top of me for 10 damage on him. That's not cool. Oh, knocking out another one of our shields. He has started to damage the engines a little bit, but we should be able to pull away without too much trouble. I'm not seeing any more fighters, and well, yeah, it really, really sucks that the PLPH is gone. Well, our forward shield is gone, and we're looking at a PLPH. We should be able to get a couple of things done. Let's quickly make sure that we're not sacrificing energy into a shield that is no longer up. Defender ship destroyed, so that's the first one. Now we just need to build one more. HMS Fortress. Firing his weapons from long range. We gotta drive around you. Around. We'll also reduce our speed a little bit. We don't need to be going too fast. At this point, yeah, he's spreading a lot of fire on our rear shields, but I'm not concerned, really. I mean, yeah, 9 phaser X's is a pretty terrifying amount of armament, as is, you know, the 6 fusion beams. This is actually a really interesting ship. What are you? You're an M... so they were both capital X's at the end of everything. But nothing too terrifying. I mean, scary enough, I suppose. These would have been nice, I guess, capital ship busters if they had gotten the right angle to come out of this. Let's keep this on. And prepare for a phaser strike. I just want to get around to your open shield, but if you're just going to keep doing that, I'm going to open your shield up right there. And dump a mine. Oh, we couldn't avoid it. And now he's going to get around to his rear-firing weapons. Hopefully we can get a shield interposed in time. Yes, we did. Actually, we stunned it before it could actually do anything. And a rapid turn by the Thundercat to just desperately avoid that mine in its entirety. Over here, keep patching. A little bit of repair is still going on. I'd like to get my disruptors back on, but he's probably not going to give me an opportunity to shoot at his front. Well, to shoot from my front. With that said, disruptors should be an arc as of now. Just pour some fire on in there. 6 more damage, that's not much, but we're steadily working him away. Took out his, I guess, central fusion cannon, and he is still trying to patch up his Gatling phasers. Looks like he's pretty much out of shields. So we should be able to do this relatively simply. Once we get within a range of 5, I'll open fire with the phasers. And the ESGs are almost ready again. Alright, phasers, go. Tore them apart. Excellent. Alright, onto the planet. We have a bit of a problem. The problem is that our forward shield is mostly non-existent. That's not great. And we have to knock through a PLPH, which has very powerful shields facing in multiple directions. And, oh crap, I forgot. It's Hellbores, so it's always going to hit our weakest shield. And he's shooting at me already. That's not cool. I think he's recognized that I'm the Mauler. Let's kick on the forward shield reinforcement to a maximum level. Because we're going to have a problem. I need to be able to cut through his planetary defenses with, well, a Mauler. And that ain't going to be easy. Because the Mauler is a great weapon, but it's not exactly the longest range weapon. So the question is, how much damage is it going to take to actually open him up? And I anticipate it's going to be quite a bit. Because probably 30 is not going to do it. 60 might, but 60 requires us to get within a range of 10. And he's packing a lot of firepower. I mean, he's got, what, 4, 8? 1, 2, 3, 4... 7! Oh, he's only got 7. Phaser 4 mounts, which is pretty terrifying. It's not ideal. Start to slow down. I'm hearing... Oh, no, that's just because things are impacting, isn't it? Let's get our disruptors going. No reason not to be firing disruptors at this point. As we start to slow down. We're at a 30 range. We're going to give it an experimental shot, I think. Oh, that did it. Okay, good. Everybody just shoot. So the 30 damage was apparently enough to do it. I'm just going to try to go along mostly to a stop. I'm worried mostly about Hellbores. But we should be good as we get just pouring on the fire. The planetary homeworld is, of course, under assault now, which is wonderful. So we will now be able to actually do things. I'm thinking about what to do about the Mauler. I think we're going to have to try and sneak this down just a little bit. Okay, that'll give us some energy. A couple of points of energy into the Mauler. That should be fine. It'll slowly charge up, allow us to go for another major strike, and once we do that, then we'll be able to get something done. We are at the maximum speed of time, but I'm not willing to fire phasers. I really don't want to shoot phasers because, 1, we're at a range of 16, which is ridiculously long. And 2, if we have to start shooting phasers, then we lose a lot out of our forward shield. And right now, the only thing in this shield is a 40 reinforcement. Hitting us with a Hellbore shot, wrapping around to our weakened port side rear shield, which is not fun. How's the Mauler doing? Yeah, we are at half range, which is not great. We'd like to be at double range, but I'm not quite willing to do that. Not a probe. Oh wow, we have just been picking him apart. Get closer. Let's just start cruising on in here because it looks like we have managed to find something quite nice. Also start coming down on this. Yeah, that's a bit of a risk, but I think I can take it. I think the risk is worth it because if we can get within decent range with the Mauler and enough power on the Mauler, we can actually cause some pretty major damage to things. That is, of course, if we manage to pull that off, which is by no means certain, although we're about to get within a range of 10. Oh, most of the BPV on the planet has dropped off pretty severely. Hi, how you doing on capture? 22. So it's going to take us a little while to actually knock everybody out of this thing. Steadily cruise on, nice and slowly. And if we can get something done out of it, then more power to us. Yeah, we're almost at half range at this point. I'm really surprised that he has not been doing more with his Hellbores, but maybe they're destroyed. Maybe we just can't see that they are destroyed. That does happen quite often. Start to slow down majorly. Just a speed of 1 to slowly trundle on in. And the main reason is, once we get to a distance of 3, is it? Let's check it out. Once this starts going inside the planet. Okay, there we go. I'll stop. Expanding Regenerator to full power. And Mauler activate as well. Yeah, a nice amount of damage there. Fire everything. As well we're at it, because I'm sure everything is down now. Shut off the shield reinforcement entirely. How are we doing on Marines? 3? 2. Alrighty, that'll be a planet captured. Right there, victory has been assured. There shall be no... Well, I don't want to say there's no survivors, because this is going to take a long time before we actually knock this thing down. It's going to take a lot of effort before we actually conquer the planet, for obvious reasons. Alrighty. Only lost one person when we beamed it over. Nice. So that should be relatively easy to repair. Although we did take some damage, I think. Maybe they just perfectly knocked out our shield. 670 prestige is, of course, our reward, which is very nice. And we'll pop back over here to our neighborhood, our friendly neighborhood space station, where we can just automatically get repairs and resupply just to refresh the tile. That was the point of grabbing that intact, and I'm very happy we did. So we took a little bit of damage and had to spend a couple of things, but we're right back on things. And a convoy raid. I wouldn't normally consider us a convoy raiding vessel. I suppose I should, because, you know, the Muller is quite powerful in that it can't miss, which is very nice. We do have a friend here. It's little tiny Thundercat. He decided to come along with us. Still in the area, still operating as an aggressive force, just sort of raiding around the area. He joined us just temporarily to serve as a screening force while we siege the planet, but other than that, his job is mostly to chase convoys. That's what I assume anyway. This is a Hydran convoy, despite the fact that the, maybe it's a pirate one, but this is a Klingon freighter, at least according to this little screen here. And you're an armored freighter, so I'm going to focus on you first. You show me free power, thank you. I would like to go as fast as I can. Also, going to make sure that we cycle the battery. It's a single heavy cruiser. What kind of heavy cruiser are you? You're an MHK-X, a little X this time, so it's nothing too terrifying. But I am going to have to worry about his fighters, probably, because I don't think that he is the... I'm fairly certain he won't be the version that has no fighters. That would be ideal, but I don't think that'll be the case. In the meantime, after everything's charged up, I don't quite have enough energy to go full power into the electronic countermeasure, but I'm going to tell you slow down a bit in order to do that. Your capacitor's fully charged. Yes, yes, alright. Alrighty, so we have 3.5 points of energy into the ECM. I want a full 6. I want to be able to basically make it so that he's not allowed to shoot at me no matter what he tries, and we'll let you go after the convoy. In fact, oh, it's really tempting. Just judging by our position, yeah, I'm going to do it. Go, attack. Break off, engage. He's deployed his 100 killers. Let's go forward shield reinforcement of a maximum value. Trying to hit us, but failed to do so. Set our expanding sphere generator out to a distance of 2. We are closing quite quickly. Let's start slowing down. Get ready with the Muller. The reason why we're slowing down, we want a lot more power into our forward shield reinforcement. So Muller is ready to rock and or roll. You fired that a lot, which sucked, but I got to respond with that. And then ESG's to full power. Ah, crap, it's probably going to hit him, isn't it? Disruptors. Anything. That's bad. That's really bad. So he comes around to my stern. I'm not sure what his plan was. Focus on him. He's a smaller group. If I can just deal enough damage to knock him out, make him go home, we'll be great. We'll be grand. We'll be happy. I just need to buy time while my pseudo-frigates go kill the convoy. Get away, get away. Leave me alone. Fine. See if that'll encourage the fighters to flee. Oh no, now I want you to stay close because you're a single health. There we go. Excellent. Disruptors, anything? Nope, not yet. Phases on the starboard side, engage. So we're in amongst the convoy. And them fighters are down to 2, which is really nice. Disruptors are available. And they are getting bombed quite heavily. Oh, wonderful work by the pseudo-frigates. They completely picked that off. Show me this MHK. How's he doing? 4.5. Oh, we got a major piece of him. ESG down to 0. And prepare to engage with disruptors. I was trying to decide what would be the best option here. But disruptors plus phasers. And I'm going to run you over. Ow. How's my Mauler doing? No power into the Mauler, which I suppose I should be expecting. We have 80 points of damage we're about to hit him with. So long as I can keep from going behind him, will be great. Oh! So he did actually manage to keep avoiding going behind him, even though we killed him in the shot. So an excellently run there. How are the pseudo-frigates doing? Slowly. They wanted to defend me first, which I can't blame them for. Fighters are terrifying for pseudo-frigates. I mean, they just have a terrible time against them. They're not very good against those, because pseudo-frigates are... I don't want to say they're designed for fighting heavy ships, but I kind of also want to say they are designed for fighting heavier ships. The problem is that the pseudo-frigate just doesn't have the durability of a fighter squadron, but is also just as expensive. Yeah. Alright, let's keep crawling in here nice and slow. We don't have to go too fast. I do have to get to that armored freighter, but I think I have some time. Actually, I should check that. Hi, map. How are we doing on time? We have plenty of time. No concern at all. So we'll just cruise on in front of them. Your speed is down to 7.6, so you're not having a happy day. Can I get some more phasers on you? Oh, you have a Gatling phaser for defense. You are pretty well defended for a freighter. Alright, on to the last one. How's my ESGs? Fully charged. So let's actually shut off the shield reinforcement. I don't need it. At this point, we're perfectly golden. Phasers? Thank you. It's nice when the phasers actually get involved to do their job. And we'll probably just run him over. Use the expanding super generator to kill him to make sure that he doesn't have an opportunity to keep running. A well-destroyed convoy. I kind of like how they tried to defend it. It was an interesting choice. Unfortunately, the decision to try and ram a Mauler with ESGs is not good. Although, to be honest, those ESGs were actually supposed to hit the fighters, not him. He probably would have been much more effective in the fight had he had the opportunity to do so. Last target, please. It's a large hospital freighter. I get that you guys are having a moral quandary, but still, we'd like to get this mission over with. Prepare the Mauler. Yeah, we're definitely the bad guys. There's no other way to put it. We are the bad guys. Now, if you guys could finish him off, please. He's got nothing. Do you only have, like, a couple of phasers on occasion to shoot? It does indeed look that way. An expanding... There you go. Good job. Finally. Alright. So, successfully raided convoy. We didn't lose our shields at any point, although came kind of close. Those Gatling phasers at one point almost got through, but not quite. So, 254 prestige is our reward for a job well done. And we'll pop back over here. Just double checking the supply yard, make sure that we're not... Oh, we did use 2 mines. Yeah, try and kill them when we were panicking trying to kill those fighters. And just double check to make sure that nothing squirrely happened with that. And a homeworld assault, because I don't like shipyard assaults. Yes, homeworld assaults are technically generally more difficult, but shipyard assaults are just tedious. Red alert! And increased speed. Wow, the Klingons came in force. They have brought with them their C9 battleship, or dreadnought. It's not a battleship. The C9 dreadnought, the IKV Dragon Slayer, who is, well, pretty light actually for a dreadnought when you actually stop to look at it. He's got 6 disruptors, and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 phaser X's, although I'm willing to bet at least 2 of those only shoot backwards, and then 4 missile launchers. So that's actually really pathetic. And they brought the Dam Slayer, which is no doubt their supply ship. It is, of course, another PLPH, which is going to require a little bit of effort to actually cut through, but they're only defended by a single light cruiser at this point in time. So we'll launch a probe. Make sure we cycle the battery. Don't ever want to forget that. Always want to make sure that we have some way of dealing with the enemy. Put this to 4 because I want to make sure that my electronic countermeasure doesn't ever shut off. It's very important to me. 2 light cruisers. Are you both carriers? No, you're a fusion boat. The Magnificent is very much a fusion boat, and he is more than willing to demonstrate how fusion boaty he is. Let's sap some of that power from our shields to our engines. How bad is PLPH? He's just a normal planet. Okay. I really don't need to bother sending out probes to figure out exactly what he's consisting of. It's the standard PLPH that goes for every single race. It's 8 of their primary heavy weapons, 7 or 8 of the phaser 4s, and then 16 phaser 3s, and that's the way they all do it, except for the Doom planet, which is like fucking... Oh, I'm sorry for the language. Normally try and keep the language pretty PG on here, but it's like an absolute metric ton of photon torpedoes and or other heavy weapon types. The Romulan one is like 6 or 8 phaser R or plasma torpedo Rs. It's not great to have to fight. Do you think I can just kill him? I think I can just kill him. I'm going to go for it. This strategy has backfired on us several times before, but I think I'm going to go for it. So everything's set to overload. The ESGs are set to minimum range. Forward shield is at a maximum value. As long as those fighters don't pass in front of the ship, I might be able to do this. So get ready. ESG 2. He's breaking off. Full power on the ESG. Mauler set for the setup within a range of 5. Come on, show me the double numbers. Fire and phaser follow-up. Disruptors. Didn't work. Drop a mine. This is gonna suck. Never mind, it did not, because his fighters decided they were gonna get the point-blank range. So we could actually kill him in one run. The Mauler plus the ESG was the perfect solution. But now we need to flee a little bit. Just a small amount. Nothing too serious. But at this point, my phaser capacitor is not fully charged. Actually, no, my phasers are pretty much ready to go. So let's curl back in on these killer B3s. Is that my own mind? I think it is. Oh, wow. Oh, sometimes I forget just how amazingly awesome it is when you have just all the AMDs. How many AMDs do you actually have? 3, 4, 5. That is just beautiful. It is beautiful. Disruptors. Can I get some accurate fire on there? I absolutely can. Because disruptors are wonderful weapons for accurate fire. Dam Slayer? Or are you Dawn Slayer? No, you are Dam Slayer. Maybe you shouldn't be this close. Yeah. So we'll keep coming around here. ESGs are almost ready, but I would like to save for full power. Disruptors are not going to happen, but I will punish you with phasers because you decided to open that. And actually, screw it. ESG's to on. He's coming this close. I'm going to punish him. Hi. Oh, didn't kill him. 89 damage, though. And knocked out one of his elbows. He fired the other one and completely missed. I can't blame the crew. They were probably all bouncing around, though, from that. I mean, you have to imagine this entire situation on the bridge is the classic TNG, TOS, Star Trek in general. The bridge is shaking because we are under attack type scene. And when you get hit by an ESG, well, I imagine they shake quite a bit. Let's actually take this opportunity and shut off any sort of reinforcement we're giving to the forward shield. I don't care about it anymore. Well, I do care about a forward shield, but at this point I need to get them all recharged so that I can siege the planet. It's kind of important. If you're going to keep turning like that, I'm just going to slowly whittle you to death with my 6 phaser X's. I'm a Dreadnought, and I have 6 phaser X's. That's it. Nothing more powerful than that. Just a very small combo. And, of course, my phaser 4s. And the arcs on these weapons are just so terrible, too. It's really kind of sad. Are you just going to keep turning with me? Is this the plan? Because I'm not a fan of this plan. It's really kind of wasting a lot of time. We would like to defeat you without just wasting all of our time. The Insouciant. I suppose the name of the ship does actually match what he's trying to do. Phasers? No, I've only got 3 phasers that can fire on this side. It is the slowest broadside steadily picking him apart thing ever. Now the bright side to doing small little Mizzy attacks like that is that you damage a lot of systems. Like you roll against knocking out components all the time, which is wonderful. The downside is you don't roll high enough to actually blow up the ship, which is kind of the point. So we have 2.5 points of excess power. Let's slow way down. There we go. Got a lot more because it looks like the ESG's just finished charging up. So give me all the power in the world, please. Charge up this Mauler to a maximum value so I can actually cause some pain. 30s is not enough. I needed it 60. Show me that 60 points of power and we will show you victory. 50 is almost there, but not quite. And full forward shield, please. Just so I can survive the incoming fire. Now, we do know that relatively consistent forward fire will do the job. It took us a half damage shot, did actually take out the planet, which was great. I'm going to try and get a full damage shot, but it's going to be difficult. And a double damage shot is not going to happen, not with the number of heavy weapons that he's packing. So the Dragon Slayer is just sitting at long range, plinking away with his disruptors, not doing anything. Although I'm trying to figure out what the heck's going on with his Hellbore. Because he's firing his Hellbore, but it doesn't look like it's actually hitting us, it's hitting the planet itself. That may be a bug, and if so, that's a bug that really needs to be fixed because the planet's heavy weapons are 8 Hellbores, which is important to have. I really can't believe that it's only 7 Phaser 4s on here, but it really does look like it. Maybe Hydrogen planets are just considered to be different than everybody else. We're at a half damage shot range. We got to 16 last time. I'm going to start slowing way down. Let's get that forward shield to a really nice high buff level. Alright, the Mauler's ready to go. More forward power. More forward power. I'm gonna wait. Yeah, he's shooting himself. That's not good. Because that's a lot of firepower that he no longer has access to. All weapons fired. Okay, we knocked it out of the shield, but no, we probably screwed. Yeah, we probably screwed ourselves. ESG's to off. And to off. I don't want to charge. Yeah, that's why I did that. I don't want to charge the ESGs because I'm not going to use them right now, and I desperately need that forward defense. Come on. Why are my disruptors up? Because we're at a normal speed of time. That explains everything. Ow! That's a lot of damage. Like a lot of damage. Forward shields hopefully will still hold through that, although only 28 points of power. Yeah, it's only 28 points. Also, the 6 points of ECM is what kept us alive through that one. Otherwise, the forward shield would have been down. So he's lost 2 shields at this point, and he's just having not a good day. We're slowly starting to pick off his interior defenses. Oh, nope, this shield is still up. He's also shooting at the Dreadnought, which is, again, not good. We prefer that not to happen. We want you to just sit there with no weapons at all, honestly. If you wouldn't mind. I mean, yeah, I know that is a tall order to ask, but... maybe? If you could see it within your heart? Eventually we will crush him, even though we're dealing such small amounts of damage. Oh yeah, these missiles will do it. I said they were going to do it, and then they all got shot down. I should have remembered, they're Hydrons. They have G-type phasers, although... yeah, they've only got the equivalent of 16 phaser 3s, which I'm a little bit surprised at, actually. I would have figured that they would have full 16 phaser Gs, and that would have been just terrifying. What does it cost that? Well, you could do 8 at the same power cost level. That'd still be terrifying. Because that would be 32. That would double the point range complement. Okay, so now he can shoot outside of his own shield. So maybe there's just a couple of them that are blocked by himself? I'm not really sure. It's very odd to me. Send a probe. How's he doing? Oh, he's done. Alright, increase speed. We're going in. Shut down the forward shield reinforcement. We no longer have to worry. Phasers. Continue bombardment. As well as disruptors. Really just everything on the 4 hard point. Oh, I forgot. The Mauler's also on the 4 hard point. 20 people on board. That's a lot. How have we not killed more than this? Oh, I suppose, yeah, it makes sense, because we haven't been dealing big chunking damage, so we've been picking things off relatively well. He is actually still trying to repair his phaser 4s, which is a great plan. Not gonna lie. How are we doing on power? Almost up to another major Mauler shot, where we will basically cut some city in two. It's gonna be just like Independence Day, you watch. Red alert. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that, actually. I meant to just red alert to turn this back on. That was the only reason I did that. Keep firing. Are we at a range? Yeah, this is fine. I'll stop. Phases. Just continue to phaserize him. How are you doing on people? 2. Oh, excellent. Send in the Marines. We're done with this place. The second successful homeworld assault, which is everything that we could ever want. And now we just need to wait for the Marines to do their job. There we go. Excellent job, Marines. Doing your job quite well. Very impressed. And what do we got? What do we got? It's going to be 670. Yep. Because we destroyed the defense force, and then we also invaded the place for Empire Defense of 69, and we have 3,626 prestige, which is not terrible at all. Let's pop simply back here, very briefly, for one simple thing. We're going to get ourselves more Marines back, as well as the 1 mine we spent. No repairs required. And that's actually going to do it for today's episode. 2 successful homeworld assaults and a convoy raid on 111, the homeworld itself. And we will steadily batter down the defenses until they are no more. Anyway, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I release one of these videos, press the little bell icon. Leave a comment. I will see you all in the next episode.